Okay, so right here before the kickoff, I noticed a good thing. You moved your camera around just a little bit, kind of look to the side to make sure, okay, my teammate's to my left, so I'm probably going to go to the right, which is what you do. You come over here to the right corner boost. And right here, when you turned to go for this ball, you turned a little too much. So right here, you kind of take an angle like this. When you turn back here, you should have, oh, I need to use a different color. You should have kind of came more out like this. So you go to the right side of the ball right here. And also, because the opponent is closer to the ball and you're further away from the ball, so that also adds extra factor as to, where you're going. But overall right here, I just think this hit, you need to go more of where the ball is going to go rather than where it's currently at. So right there, I just think, go where the ball will be rather than where it's currently traveling. And right here in this kickoff, I put in an example of what I think you should do. But so you use all of your boost and end up front flipping into the ball. And so right here is an example of the far kickoff and close kickoff. So right here in this example of me, right here I stop boosting when I grab this boost pad and I come forward and grab another one. So I'm sitting at 14 and 15 boost. So when you get right here on your kickoff, you can either make the decision to use the rest of your boost to go into the ball or just front flip into the ball so that you have some boost after the kickoff. And right here is the close kickoff, where I front flip, I stop boosting. And right here I use the rest of my boost to go for the ball, but alternatively you can save your boost. But I just think, you're not front flipping in your kickoffs, and that's something that you should start doing. And right here, that little bump right there was nice. And right here, this is kind of an advanced thing. But so your teammate gets a good hit here and it ends up being a goal. But so what you do, right here, you don't know if it's going in or not. So what you do is you take your car and you come over here to the right side of the ball. Well, if you come to the right side of the ball and it bounces back middle, you're going to have to turn really quick. Whereas if you're still kind of coming middle, you'd be able to see it. And what I want to say that you should do right here is use your camera to look sideways. And I put an example in right here of me again getting behind the ball and using the camera to look sideways to kind of see where the ball is going, whether or not you need to hit it or not, hit it again or not. Right here's fine, going sideways for boost. I might be wrong, but I think I heard you only jumped once to go for this ball, and you should double jump twice. Or you should just double jump, I'm sorry. You should jump twice to go up to the ball. It gets you more height vertically and horizontally when you're traveling, at that speed. And so right here on this kind of kickoff in 2v2s, I always like for people to either come up and get this boost and sit around here, or come over here and get these boosts. And if you're over here on the other side, come over here. If you're over here rather than right here, do the same thing. Go for this mid boost or go for this side boost and go up again, rather than just peeling off and going for the boost. Because like gold and platinum, if your teammate messes up the kickoff, it's going to go straight into the goal and they're going to score. But if you stay middle, you can block it. So right here is good that you're moving up. But right here I want to point out that this is something that's very, very, very meticulous. So when you're coming up here, you kind of turn around and start coming back instead of coming up and staying forward, staying in an aggressive position. You're kind of turning away from the action right here rather than staying up and going for it. And if you're up, you would probably be able to hit this ball. You might be able to score kind of 50-50 rather than being back and forfeiting ball control entirely to the opponent right there. Okay, so right here on this jump, when you're up here on the wall, I don't think you didn't front flip, so you get kind of a weak hit, but I know your teammate comes in and scores it anyway. But right here, you should just front flip to hit the ball, much further down the field. But your teammate, who's probably either a smurf or is just a low rank, or is actually a really high rank, just playing at a low rank. Okay, and right here again on this kickoff, you look back here to see the position of your teammate. And you can also, without actually looking at your teammate, just look at the positions of the other people, see where they are, because all the rotation, the kickoff setups are all mirror matchups. So right there's again, just work on your kickoff a little bit. And if you can master the kickoff that I kind of showed you about, front boosting, front flipping, and stopping your boost, and then front flipping a second time into the ball, you can really, bronze to gold, you can win games just off of kickoffs. But as you go up higher into the ladder, you're going to notice when you and the opponent across from you are going for the kickoff, you're both going to be jumping at the same time and doing things like that, because that's just what people at very high elos do. And if that's something you can master at this low of a level, I think that will help you with ranking up. Okay, just go mid, good. So right here, this is a good decision by you. Your teammate's up here at the ball. Instead of, just coming straight at the ball, you're kind of coming mid to get ready to see if your teammate's going to pass it off to you or not. And it's good that you didn't really, this right here is good that you stayed back. You're just kind of letting the play develop. Right here, there's nothing you can really do. He's 90% of the time, at the elo you play at, this ball is going to be cleared, so there's really no reason for you to go for this. So just sit back like you did. That's very good. And this hit that you have the opportunity for right here, you didn't, if you would have power slid sideways to get your car turned more to the left quicker, I think you would have been able to get this more on target and more kind of at the goal rather than to the side of it. Okay, so right here you broke off from, you got this boost right here, and instead of just going down the side and then coming around, you came over and went straight across. So all this distance right here was cut off, which if he was able to get around and get a shot, you would have been able to save it. And right here was good for you noticing the ball bounced back and he's in a bad position, so you just come up and challenge it. That was very good. Right here, you just need to go back kind of towards goal. Yep, that was a good decision. And right here, you're sitting in goal, which is very good. Your teammate is up here, is about to have a challenge with an opponent. So right here, it's very good that you're sitting back and you're waiting for the play to develop. And so right here, when you went for this block, you double jumped. I'm going to turn this up so you can hear it. And you really didn't need the double jump, which is the problem here. Because if you saw, you almost overshot the ball. You almost missed. And if that ball would have went under your car and into the goal, that wouldn't have been a good thing. But luckily, you got it. And so right here, when you level up, you get into the higher plat, you maybe get into diamond. So right here, what you do is you turn off your ball cam, and you're looking at this boost over here. This right here is your goal. This is your priority. Not coming middle and getting ready for a pass. Not being in a position to help your teammate. Just doing what you can to help yourself right here by getting boost. And also prioritizing the large boost pads on normal maps like this. There are 6 large boost pads and 28 small ones. Realistically, all you need to make almost 90% of the plays in this game are 2 small boost pads. So all this distance coming to this boost rather than coming up and picking up small boost pads that are sitting around. That's just a lot of wasted time isn't that doesn't need to be wasted, basically. And right here, this could have been a goal because you're coming back here for boost and you really don't need to. Like right here, if he would have hit this accurately, but because this is gold plat, more than likely they're not. But he could have hit this towards the goal and that would have been a free goal, all because you decided to go for boost instead of go to a position where you could effectively help the team overall. And right here, you don't need to go for this. Your teammate, like, you need to be looking at more than just the ball and the boosts. You need to be looking at the opponents, what they're doing, what your teammate's doing. So right here, let's watch your teammate for just a little bit. So right here, he went up the wall, and now he's coming back down in this direction, right at the ball. He's going to try to hit the ball. That's what you gather from this information. There's no need for you to jump like that, as you don't have boost, so what you can do with this is very limited. And right here it puts you in a bit of a disadvantage, but I do like that you do start picking up some small boosts, but you miss out on this one. And you pick up another one. But you're picking up small boosts, but just not as much as you should in game. Okay. Ooh, okay. So right here, this is a very advanced thing that you did. So right here, you're kind of moving up, waiting for your teammate to go up the wall and pass middle to you. That's very good that you're looking for that. But at the gold platinum elo that you're playing at, actually having a pass come to you like that is very rare. And I'm sure you're thinking your teammate might actually be able to give you one because he's made the goals that he's made so far. He's a very good player. But just in general, I wouldn't necessarily be moving up like this because as you increase in rank, your opponents increase in skill. So the likelihood that this guy is going to hit this ball down here towards your goal is very high as you rank up. And I just wanted to point that out as something that you should look out for. And so right here you get this hit, which is good. But then right here, if I was in this situation, I would have double jumped up to try to get a block on the opponent's ball here. You're coming up and you're going to get this boost pad. And one boost pad is all you're really going to need to get maximum height, get a block on this. So if you would have jumped, right about when you picked up the boost, or at least right here, just double jump straight up. Don't front flip, just double jump straight up. You would have been able to get a block on that, and I think that would have been a good thing. Okay, so right here is good. You're sitting in goal and letting your teammate, play the ball in the corner. Right here was almost not that good. So right here, 100% of the time, you need to come out and block this because he has a very good chance to just hit this down right here into the goal. And you're just sitting there not doing anything. Luckily, he misses, but just for the future reference, almost 100% of the time, you need to be coming out of the goal for that. And right here is a good pass attempt. Your teammate was behind you, bumping you, and he really did not need to be. But just right here, when you're coming up for this on the wall, you should have got a little more ahead of the ball so that you could have hit it up higher. Okay, and with this hit right here, it's good that you turned to go for this, but what you did is you kind of hit it off the wall and hit it back out to the opponents. That's pretty much a pass to the opposing team. That right there, those kind of plays, you definitely need to limit, how many of those you make, because sometimes they can be good, sometimes they can be really bad. But luckily that time, it wasn't that bad. And so right here, your teammate got a nice little knock up on the ball. But the problem right here is you rushed your hit, which is why you went flying under the ball. Now the difference between rushing and taking your time, being overly patient, So because you rushed it, you went under the ball. If you were overly patient, you probably would have went over the top of the ball. But you just need to take your time a little bit right there, and because you didn't, unfortunately, they got a goal, but it wasn't, detrimental or anything. And so right here is good that you're cheating up on the kickoff. That's very, very good. Okay, so right here is just a bit of a mechanical thing. So you turn and you're going to the ball, but you're still a little more to the right of the ball than you need to be. Like the yellow is kind of the path you take, but the path you really need to take is kind of more one like this. That's one tendency I've kind of noticed throughout looking at your analysis, analyzing your game, sorry, is that you have a tendency to go to the right side of the ball more than you do to the left. And if that was more of a centered hit on the ball, that is, you probably would have been able to score this, as the opponent back here is going for boost, leaving the goal wide open. Okay, so right here, if I was you, I would have absolutely tried to hit this ball again, but you veered off and kind of went for a demo, I guess. I don't know why you did that. I guess you heard your opponent's car kind of coming up. But I would have absolutely hit that ball if I was you. And sorry about that lag. Okay, so yeah, once your teammate kind of gets the ball out right here, you definitely need to be up here rather than where you are right here. Because as he dribbles it across the field, if you were more up, you probably could have got a shot right here on the goal. But I don't really know what his decision was right here. I don't know if he was trying to get it mid for you, or if he was just trying to go all the way to the wall to get air dribble or whatever. But it's good that you didn't hit it, but you need to work on not coming so close to hitting it, making the decision sooner to not hit it rather than just before you veer off so you don't hit him. And this is where I really think you're playing with a Smurf, getting a ceiling shot like that, and that gold platinum elo, that's not normal. And here again on the kickoff that I put earlier in this video, I'd absolutely be working on your kickoff. Oh, you could have got a good one right here. Okay, so right here when you're coming for this ball, you should hit the ball with the front side of your car. Let me use the color yellow to kind of get a better visual. You should, because right here what you do is you kind of hit the ball to the side instead of hitting it over here towards the goal. And that's also something I've noticed in your analysis, is you have a tendency to hit the ball to the corners more than you do directly at the goal if you have the opportunity. So let's look at your car movement. Okay, so before you hit the ball, you kind of stopped and you kind of zigzagged a little bit. You don't need to do that. You need to fully commit to hitting the ball. And I guess the reason you did that was because you noticed your teammate right here on the side, he was kind of coming up. I guess you weren't sure if he was going to come and hit it, but right here you absolutely 100% need to commit to hitting this ball. And because you hit it right here, it comes out to the side rather than out to the goal, the hit that you could have got. And just to kind of further explain how you would hit that. Oh, okay. So you would hit it right here with this front side of your car, right around here in this area. It might not be straight at the goal, but if it comes to this general area to the side of the goal, your teammate could get a double touch, into the goal, or he could get another pass off to you. There's many things that could happen. And right here, your teammate is kind of getting bullied on the wall, but you should just stay mid or either go back a little bit. I wouldn't go for this right here because now your opponent is right here he's got a free shot on goal because you're not back, because you went for this ball. And right here, my recording lagged again, but we know what happened. He came up and scored. And that could have been prevented. And so right here again on the kickoff, I'm going to assume you and him were talking in quick chat, so he was going for the ball. But what I personally like to do in these kind of situations, when I'm not going for the ball, is come to the side, pick up the boost, and then come up and pick this other small boost up, rather than just going sideways, because you're cheating up and you're getting boost. And then if the ball on the kickoff kind of comes over here to the side, there's so many things you can do with that. Okay, so right here, what I would recommend for you to do when in this situation, instead of waiting for it to come hit the ground, come out at it and try to hit it towards the goal. Maybe rotate your car to the left and then flip forward so you get more of an angle, going towards the goal. And right here is a good boost steal, where you kind of went sideways and you stole your opponent's boost, which is good. You do need to do that every now and again. And I also want to point out, so right here your teammate's coming for the ball, but you kind of turn forwards a little bit. I would recommend you keep going back just for a little bit longer, just in case your teammate misses, because if he missed and the ball is either on top of you going to your goal or it's already behind you going to your goal, that could really be a bad thing. That could result in a goal. And that was a good challenge right there. And that was a good pass attempt, just with this right here. A lot of times at lower elos like this, gold, platinum, these kind of pass plays do work, but as you climb the ranks, as you get into constant platinum and diamond play, these kind of pass plays often don't really work. So what you should do as an alternative to this is just lightly touch it and try to kind of roll it sideways, because a lot of people that are defending a goal will be looking for that bounce pass. But if you don't do that bounce pass, you'll confuse them, you'll juke them. Right there, that's a very good challenge. And this is kind of hard to say because you were going so fast, or the ball was going so fast, sorry. The ball was going so fast up here on the wall, but right here you should be looking to your left. You should be looking out here in this general vicinity. Where is your teammate? Can you get behind the ball enough to get a direct pass out to them? What can you do to pass straight to your teammate? And alternatively, what you can do here is you can jump off the wall and try to get a shot down into the net with your second jump or with your boost. But right here you've only got 3 boosts, so what you can do is very limited. So right here it's good that you're kind of coming towards goal. Okay, so right here, this is an example of you not looking for the opponent. So right here you can see your opponent just came flying by, but he could have got a hit on this ball and hit it on the wall, and you would have been thinking you were going to hit the ball out here, when really it just got hit a whole second earlier and it's now being passed to the opponent. So just right here in this situation, you should turn your ball cam off and look for your opponent. Don't just look at the ball and boost while you're playing. Look at the opponents, look at their positions, look at their movements, and look at your teammates' positions and movements as well. Okay, so right here your teammate does get a good little hit right here, and there's really no reason for you to jump up and go for this. You should just kind of sit back and wait if your teammate, unless your teammate God, I can't word it right. You should just sit back and wait to see if your teammate misses it or not. You should put yourself in the position to assist your teammate if and or when he does miss the ball. But right here he doesn't, but there's still no reason for you to jump so early and boost to try to, score. Okay, so right here again, you've got a good opportunity to hit this straight at the goal, but instead you hit it sideways. And that's just something I would work on. I would highly, highly recommend you to work on, is to hit the ball more towards the goal, because sometimes you can score a goal, sometimes it results in a pass, but overall there are so many more positive things that you can get out of hitting the ball more directly towards the goal rather than to the corner. And right here, I guess you were trying for the demo, or at least you were looking for it, and that's very good. And I'm not sure if you double jump for this or not. Okay, so you just single jump for that again. So when you're going for long, high hits like this, you need to double jump so you can get yourself more air, more momentum, more height vertically and horizontally, so you can get to the ball quicker, so you can hit the ball harder. And one thing I really haven't pointed out that I do have put in my notes is that I've noticed a lot of the times when you're hitting the ball, you either single jump and just hit it, or you'll double jump and hit it, rather than using one jump and then front flipping into the ball with your second jump to get power, to get authority behind your hit. And right here is a good little, soft touch. Hopefully you're, hoping your teammate could come up here and score it, but unfortunately he misses, and that's fine. And right here again, if you turn and come to the left side of this ball a little more, you can hit it more towards the goal, but instead you hit it up here off the wall and it comes back down. But yeah, that's, the main thing that I've noticed you're doing is you're not front flipping into the ball, and it's not giving you power in your hits. You're not you're not hitting the ball towards the goal. You're either hitting it to the wall or to the corner, to the side. You don't really have the most accurate hits, which is okay, but that's something that you should absolutely be working on, is the accuracy of your hits. You should also be, looking for your opponents, looking for your teammates before hitting the ball, before deciding what you're going to do with the ball. Take in everything around you on the map, on the field, their positions, their rotations, their speed, where they're going, and also pay attention to how much boost they have. Did they just pick up a small boost pad, a large boost pad? Are they front flipping back, which is a high likelihood that they don't have boost? Take in everything to account before you make your decision to, go hit the ball, make a decision where to hit the ball, and just take in everything that's in the map. And also improve your kickoffs. Like I mentioned, start off by boosting and then front flip, and stop boosting while you're in the air, because that would take away your momentum if your car is backwards and you're boosting. But overall, just work on your kickoffs, your accuracy, and cheat up on the kickoffs as well, and work on hitting the ball with some power.